name is Harry. I'm from London.
Meghan Markle here.
Today is June 5th, 2025. It is 1:19 a.m. Just came from the gym. I'm eating oatmeal right now. And there are some tweets I left for me to record. And there's a, let me show you what I'm talking about. 1, 2, 3, 4, just 4 tweets. I don't know if I might add to it, but these I want to check out, especially this one. It has a article I would like to read. So let's go on X and see what's going on. These are the numbers. Okay, so this is the tweet here. King Charles hadn't wanted Archie and Lili to carry the title. Most of all, the HRH and the British passport, once created, will be the first and perhaps the only legal proof of their name. I have never doubted that Charles is the racist royal. Okay, I have this open. The link will be in the description. Harry and Meghan explore changing surname to Spencer amid children's passport delays. How do they know that? That alone, there's no way Harry and Meghan will know. Will put this thing out there. They don't know. Passport? Well, now we have a different administration. Okay, but let's read. Exclusive source says couple feared unexplained weight was due to King's opposition to their children bearing HRH title. I don't know where they get this information. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex explored the idea of changing their family name to Spencer amid repeated delays by British officials to issue passport for their children, The Guardian has been told. British passport. Lili does not need a British passport. Archie needs a British passport. Okay. Or he could get an American passport. He's literally American because of Meghan. Let's continue. He's a dual citizen of the US. The suggestion was a result of a sheer exasperation and came during a face-to-face meeting between Prince Harry and his uncle Earl Spencer. He was understood to be enthusiastic and supportive of the name change. Adopting the birth name of his mother Diana will probably have further deepening the rift between the Harry and the royal family, which shows no sign of being healed. However, the discussion became moot because of the UK passport for Prince Archie and Princess Elizabeth were finally issued almost 6 months after the initial application. So Lili need a British passport? Okay, let's leave that alone. I don't know the situation here. And all of this, all I'm thinking, they will not, there's no way Meghan will put this information out there. Days after lawyers for the Sussexes sent a letter threatening to pursue a data subject access request. This could have revealed details of the delay and the nature of any behind-the-scenes discussion between British officials responsible for issuing the documents. One source told The Guardian that the Duke and Duchess had feared that the UK officials are dragging their feet because the passport application include the title HRH, his or her Royal Highness, for both children. My God, it's unbelievable. But anyway, the application also used the surname Sussex, which the family had already started using publicly. Until 2023, Archie Archie had US and British passport under the name Mountbatten Windsor. Okay, so that's what I will assume. This might have some sort of a connection with the fact that they want to separate Harry with Meghan and the children, and all the thing they've been trying to do to get Harry back into the UK and file all those motion in the US with what is it, DHS, during the Biden administration, to get Harry back, and they want to know the information about his immigration and all of that. I don't know if this have, tie in with that. And also, they want in a way to remove, force Harry and Meghan to remove themselves the titles, okay, because they know they can't do it. So they're doing all sort of things to make it really difficult for Harry and Meghan to remove the title themselves, even though, while I think it was during the Syndrome Summit, it came up where Harry was, I don't know when that happened, but Harry wanted to relinquish his title. But at that time, things were in a different position. They didn't let him do it, but Harry was willing to give it up. They didn't take him on that. So now that the environment is slightly different, things is looking different. It's not going according to their original plan. Their meaning the royal family original plan. So now they're changing the game again, making it impossible for Harry, and probably to have Harry and Meghan to remove the titles themselves, because it will take a long process for the other side to remove the title, which will set a precedent for other people who have titles like Andrew and things like that. So I think this has somewhat a little bit part of it, but at the end of the day, I'm just still skeptical of how the Guardian gets this information. Okay, someplace I read where they're saying it's Meghan communication, the Sussex's communication team who put it out, which I doubt it, or unless they want people to know that this is what's happening and put pressure on the other side, the royal family. But anyway, let's get back to the original article. Quote, there was clear reluctance to issue passport for the kids, a source close to the Sussexes said. The standard wait time for a passport is 3 weeks, but after 3 months without receiving them because of technical issues, it is understood Harry and Meghan reapply using the 24-hour passport service, only to have their meeting canceled at the last minute owing to a system failure. The source claimed that the king hadn't wanted Archie and Lili to carry the title, most of all the HRH. Wow, this is just a name. It's like they're using this thing as dear life, the royal family. But anyway, and the British passport, once created, will be the first and perhaps the only legal proof of their names. The source added, Harry was at a point where British passport for his children with their updated Sussex surname since the death of Queen Elizabeth II were being black, with a string of excuses over the course of 5 months. Out of sheer exasperation, he went to his uncle to effectively say, my family are supposed to have the same name and they're stopping that from happening because the kids are legally HRH. So if push comes to shove, if this blows up and they won't let the kids called Sussex, then can we use Spencer as a surname? This is a quote. How will they know that? There is no way Harry and Meghan will put this out there. The Guardian understands that Prince Harry wants to keep the HRH titles for his children so that when they grow older, they can decide for themselves whether they want to become working royals or stay out of public life. That's very interesting, because at some point they will know their status. They will know their family tree. So Harry and Meghan are preserving that for them because they are still in line of a succession. So he wants them to decide for themselves. Okay, based on what they put Harry to, I don't think they will want, but who knows. He and Meghan dropped the honorific in 2020 as part of the arrangement agreed with Queen Elizabeth II when they stopped performing royal duties. The couple are believed to have been angered by a report in the Mail on Sunday earlier this week, which claimed Earl Spencer had advised Harry not to change his name, saying the legal hurdles were unsurmountable. It's completely untrue, a source said. They refute what the Daily Mail. But I'm wondering, how did the Guardian know all of that? The Guardian put a series of questions to the Home Office and Buckingham Palace about the delays to the passport application and asked whether officials processing the documents had been seeking or taking advice from them. The Home Office said it was its long-standing policy not to comment on individual cases. Buckingham Palace made clear it will not be commenting on any personal matters relating to members of the royal family. Oh, so now Harry is part of the royal family. Okay. They pick and choose what they want to. They all a baggage for God. Baggage for God. But it denied making any suggestion or objections to the passport being issued with HRH in the titles. A spokesperson for the Duke of Sussex said, quote, "We do not comment on private issues pertaining to the Duke and Duchess of Sussex children." Earl Spencer was also approached, but he had not responded at the time of publication. In May, Harry lost a legal challenge over the level of taxpayer-funded security he is entitled to while in the UK, but it is understood he intends to challenge the ruling. I think this is done. Is it about the appeal? He had challenged the dismissal of his High Court claim against the Home Office over the decision of the Executive Committee for the Protection of Royal and Public Figures, known as RAVEC, that he should receive a different degree of protection when in the country after he stepped down. The Prince considered that his mother Diana might still be alive if she had continued to have a security protection offered to other royals. However, 3 senior judges at the court, that's the appeal, at the Court of Appeal rejected Harry's claim that he had been singled out for inferior treatment and that his safety and life were at stake after a change in security arrangement that occurred when he stepped down as a working royal and moved aboard. Okay, so that's that. I'm kind of skeptical about this. How will the Guardian know all this information? Alright, so let's just say allegedly. Alright, so let's read some of the comments here. There was a clear reluctance to issue passport for the kids. Okay, so these are quotes from the article. So she's retweeting that. Is it all of them? Harry said there's a quote. Then can use Spencer as surname. It's clear that Charles hates Meghan and her kids. Doesn't matter that they are his blood. He hates Harry because Harry loves Meghan. That was him who questioned the baby's skin color.
I will never believe it. But now we can start the process of finding out if they ever got uttered, what the context was, and whether there was any racial intent at all. Like I say, I don't believe there was. The royals who are named in this book are King Charles and Catherine, Princess of Wales.
That's why he wanted to remove the titles. That's why Meghan wrote letters to him. William is a piece of, there's that, but he then and still doesn't have power when it comes to title. That's why it wasn't him making the racist question that prompted the conversation about the titles. Charles is a fearless, old-fashioned racist snob who unfortunately has more power. Okay, my love, the Guardian has become as low as the gutter press. Please don't offer them clicks. Learn to offer archive version. Okay, she tagged this person. Okay, we'll teach you. If you need help, support Harry and Meghan means boycotting the British press. Okay, every time I think Charles couldn't sink any lower, he proves me wrong. I don't ever want to read another pretend story about how much he misses his grandchildren when he clearly wants to erase them. Okay, he doesn't miss them, he hates them. Okay, let's leave that. Okay, I read the article. Again, I'm very skeptical about it. This is a private matter. I don't know how the Guardian get the whole of this and quoting people. Okay, there's a couple quotes. Let's go to the next tweet, and this tweet also has to do with the Spencers. 2 more. Alright, the moment the German-born Windsors learned Meghan was going to wear the Spencer tiara, they did everything to stop it. The moment they found out Harry had his uncle's support to use the Spencer name for their passport, they agreed on them using their titles, the Spencer power. Wow, this is a very good job. They remove the ones on the both side. There's that. There's Princess Diana. Okay, let's see some of the comments. I swear that they had not pulled the Sussex title yet because they know that Harry and Meghan have the Spencer name as an option. Their red-headed kids will fit right in. They keep on putting the... Oh, I responded to it. They're putting, what's his name? Something Hewitt. Alright, so there's me here. 2 people like it. Wow, 12 hours ago. You think if this was true, King Charles III would have abused that narrative to its fullest? These grifters know how to use and abuse every resources, including the working class, to their benefit. For like you never accept reality or facts, just rumor and made-up entertainment BS to soothing your heartless soul. Alright, so that's the article I just read. Yes, I was skeptical about this story, but it seems like Earl Spencer approved of the name change. This reads like the Sussex communication is the source. Oh, Sussex communication. Very interesting. Okay, true, the Spencer line is one of the oldest noble houses in England with more royal blood than the Windsors. Diana's father was avenged that the German was disrespecting a Spencer by taking a low-born mistress. Even Liz feared the power of the Spencer name. And there is something really wrong with the demonic family. I'm really starting to believe they may have offered Princess Di. God, do your thing. The Spencers are far grander and more royal than those residing in London palaces. Poor UK fighting about tiaras. How about that one tiara they stole from Africa? More royal blood than the Windsors. Spencers are one of the oldest English family in England. Not even the so-called German Windsors can compare. There is power in the Spencer name. Alright, so let's go to the next one. One more after this. I should be editing right now. Okay, yep. That's why UK royal dislike the Spencers. They provide the family that Harry never had. King Charles III should be ashamed. So this started here. That's the one I think I came from. The moment the German born, yep, that's the one I just came from, and this is a comment under it. Okay, a lot of hashtag. Charles the Cruel. There's all of that. Okay. Oh, that was that. Alright. This is my last one. This one has to do with Camila Tomney. Yeah. Tomney, okay, Camila Tomney. Privacy obsessed. Meghan was wrong to post a 4-year-old video. Oh, please. Meghan is, according to these people, according to the Royal Rights, everything Meghan does is wrong. Unless if they are the one who's published it. Well, still, they still call her name.
Shouldn't you have an expectation that you're going to have to lose privacy?
Well, it's 2 things here.
That's part of the deal.
2 things here. I think everyone has a basic right to privacy. Basic, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we're not talking about anything that anybody else wouldn't expect. So if you're at work and you have a photograph of your child on your desk and your coworker says, "Oh my gosh, your kid's so cute. That's fantastic. Can I see your phone so I can see all the pictures of your child?" You go, "No, this is the picture I'm comfortable sharing with you." And then if they double down and say, "No, but you already showed me that one, so you have to show me everything." You know what? I'm just going to hire someone to sit in front of your house or hide in the bushes and take pictures into your backyard because you've lost your right to privacy because you shared one image with me. Mm-hmm. That's sort of the flawed argument and its operating mechanism that they're confusing people to think. I think life is about being able to share our stories and share parts of our lives that you're comfortable with. There's no one who's on Instagram or social media that would say, because I shared this one picture, that entitles you to have my entire camera roll. Go ahead, look through it. No one would want that. So it's about boundaries and it's about respect. They've created a false narrative. I've never talked about privacy. Mm-hmm.
They also butthurt seeing the Sussexes enjoying life. They wish the duel AF to others were this joyful. Camila Tomney is a liar. You need to go suck on a lollipop and mind your effing business on Cesspool Island. Stay who mad? Oh my lord. Haha, they're so mad racist as British are still trying to gaslight us. Can't that woman mind her own business for 5 seconds? Alright, so that's it. People are still talking about that. Alright, so please take a moment to subscribe, like, and share. If you want to support this channel, there's a PayPal link and a Cash App link in the description. You could donate. Those who have donated, thank you. Alright, so that's it. Thank you for watching.
It is a great privilege to be with all of you today.
You know, we ask for forgiveness and please come back.
As you saw me find the love and happiness that I'd hoped for all my life. You are all in this together, and if I may speak personally, we are all in this together, because asking for help was one of the best decisions that I ever made. You will be continually amazed how life changes for the better.